Welcome to Bitter Coffee. My name is Kelly Coffey.
And I'm Margo Batesy.
Morning, Margo.
Good morning, Kelly.
I'm saying good morning because we're doing a rare Saturday morning edition.
We are.
Of Bitter Coffee.
Yes.
Which is why I probably said my name is Kelly Coffey, which feels weird.
Sleepy.
A little bit. And I'm going to warn everybody, not really sure where this show's going because I had a lot of coffee this morning.
I was going to say, do we ever really know where the show is going?
No, we don't, which is, I guess, is a really good thing.
Some days.
So today is your wedding anniversary.
It is.
It's your 22nd wedding anniversary.
It is. It is.
What's the traditional gift for a 22nd wedding anniversary?
I don't know.
Okay. I feel it's probably not paper. Something like
that's like the first wedding anniversry. I don't know. I've never been very good at like doing traditional things.
Is
we
it like
didn't
a card?
really get no. We didn't really get. Well, I got my Hots jacket.
Right,
Dan got that for me. For
we should put that on Instagram.
Which I wore coming over here today.
Sure did,
because it's like a Saturday coat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Dan ordered himself a bunch of stuff.
That's what you got him a bunch of stuff.
A bunch of stuff.
Okay. Do you know what any of that stuff is?
I can't really remember. It was like a pair of pants and like, I don't know.
So, I mean, can we maybe figure out that the traditional 22nd anniversary gift is clothes?
Yeah.
Or pants?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's say it's pants.
I think it's stuff you want.
It's pants and jackets. Or we've been doing this for 22 years.
We're just going to order things.
You can do whatever the hell you want.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. We are going to have a nice dinner tonight. So we are celebrating.
Good.
Yeah.
So
quarantine style, of course.
Right. I was just going to say.
Not really quarantine, but like social distance. So.
Right. He took a trip to Colorado.
He did.
And he's back.
He is back. He's almost done with his stay-at-home time. So we're just going to get takeout.
It's perfect. Home. That's perfect. I mean, it's not like we have an option of really going anywhere these days.
No,
right?
I'm still a little nervous about eating in restaurants.
A little paranoid.
Yeah, it wouldn't be my first choice, regardless.
I mean, here's what I want to say. I want the pandemic to be over, which I'm sure everybody can agree. Mm-hmm. But I feel like there's parts of it, like being able to watch a lot of television.
Yep.
Being able to get takeout. Being able to order food and have somebody leave it on your porch.
Yep.
Because I don't know if you know this about me. I did that years ago. I would just say, just leave it on the porch.
Right. Yeah.
Pre-pandemic.
I mean, you don't want to talk to people.
I don't want to talk to people. Like 2007, 2008, I did that. And now everybody's doing
Everyone's doing it.
Which
you
is
were
fine.
way ahead of the curve.
I mean, I
don't want
thought
to brag,
so.
But.
And somebody said to me the other day, I noticed that you don't talk about politics on your show. And I don't.
Yeah.
For the very reason that I view this show as kind of an escape from that. I mean,
sure.
We can dive into how fucked up everything is right now. But do we really want to do that?
No.
I don't.
We can get that so many other places. We don't need to get that here. So
can't do it.
No.
It kind of makes my chest hurt a little bit, just a tiny bit. And I have this thing I'm not ashamed to admit. I think it might be like a weird stress thing. I'm officially old because my heart is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Doing a thing.
Just doing a little bit of a thing.
Yeah.
A little bit of a murmur, also known as, you know what my doctor called it? A bit of a flutter.
A flutter.
Which sounds nice.
It's nice.
Right?
It sounds good. Cute.
Yeah. What's the matter with your heart? Oh, I have a flutter.
Flutter.
Yeah. So I have to wear a one of those Holter monitors.
Sure.
And up until fairly recently, I thought Holter was spelt with an A.
It's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's spelt with an O.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I was like, oh, I have to wear like a halter top.
No, it's a halter.
Nope.
Yes.
It's not halter.
No.
It's holter.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
I guess I've just been saying it wrong for, I don't know, however many years.
I only knew this because I, as you know, have worn many in my day.
You've
I've had quite a few.
Halters.
Yeah. Which just all told me that, sometimes I've got a little weird thing going on.
Do you have a flutter?
A little bit of something. They call it just like an irregular arrhythmia. So it's just a little, they don't.
Aren't all arrhythmias irregular?
No, I think some you like stay in the arrhythmia.
Oh.
So
okay.
I don't. I just do it just for a couple of beats and then it's gone. But my heart is awesome and it's not apparently going to kill me. So
well, that's good.
That's all I needed
That's
to hear.
fantastic.
That's why you do all the testing, right? Just to make sure that
that's why
you're
you wear a
going to
halter.
be fine. Exactly.
Not a halter.
Not a halter top. Which, it's late October.
It is.
It's not
Nobody's
time
wearing
for a halter top.
No, it's not.
You know?
It's for a host of reasons.
Yeah. I mean,
it's not time for a halter top.
Not to mention, it's probably not age appropriate for us.
I don't think so.
You know, I was never a fan.
Right.
In the day, I didn't ever.
But you grew up in the 80s.
I did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I had, it was my supervisor, who you know, Sam. Mm-hmm. She had said to me the other day, and I think you and I had talked about this, she was really interested, not in the year I was born, but when I told her the year I was born, she was like, oh my God, so you grew up in the 80s. And I said, I was in it.
Yes.
Because I think she was born early 80s.
Sure. So she was just like a tiny child.
She was like an infant.
Right.
When I was in, I think 8th grade.
Sure.
I don't know.
Sure.
And I started thinking about all the things that were really amazing about the 80s
so many
that
things.
she missed.
So many things.
The list, I have too many things to mention. Mm-hmm. Like she missed the beginning of MTV.
Oh my God. I remember it. The very beginning. It
was August 1st. Mm-hmm. I want to say, 1982?
Yeah.
1983?
82, 83 is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was exciting.
Very.
And they always played videos.
Yes.
I would sit there for, not unlike now, I would sit there for hours.
Yes.
And just watch videos. And they didn't have that many.
Right. She saw the same ones over and over.
It was like,
again.
it was on a loop.
Yes.
And then Nina Blackwood.
I was going to say, you get a VJ.
Who was your favorite VJ? Do you have a favorite?
Martha
Quinn.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, I don't want to sound like an ageist. Mm-hmm. She looks amazing.
Yeah.
And she's what, 96, 97?
Probably not quite.
Right?
But, yeah.
But, give or take.
Yeah. Some of those VJs have radio shows on Sirius XM now.
There's a whole world that I miss out on.
I know.
You love it.
I love my Sirius.
You're in it.
I'm devoted. Mm-hmm. I don't know that I would have a car again without it.
Oh, okay.
I never listen to regular radio.
Neither do I. I just basically listen to Spotify or, the occasional podcast.
Sure. Which I still do that, but
given my commute,
you don't really have a lot of time.
No, it's like a 2-mile commute.
Yeah.
And most people would say now, oh, why are you driving your car? Why are you not walking? Why are you not riding your bike? Because it's dark outside when I get to work.
And it's like a big, huge hill and a traffic circle.
Yeah.
And it's not exactly like a meandering 2 miles.
No, it's not. And
I mean, I would be concerned doing that, walking that during the day.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. I've done it before.
Sure, of course.
But in the dark, it feels and looks super murdery.
And I just give you credit for actually getting to work at that time.
It's insane, right?
100%.
Mm-hmm. My whole life has changed.
I was going to say, we were on the phone the other night, 6:45, and I had to let you go because it was like way past your bedtime.
It was way past my bedtime.
Yeah.
I get in bed at 6 p.m. latest.
Right.
Lights out 6:30. Mm-hmm. And by lights out, I mean...
Like really?
The lights are out.
Yeah.
But I have something on my iPad or my computer, like a show in the background.
Sure.
And then I just kind of drift off. Mm-hmm. And then I will wake up. You can almost set your watch to when I wake up in the middle of the night. Mm-hmm. When I'm not being called at odd hours by telemarketers in the middle of the night. We're going to get into that. So I will wake up like around midnight.
Okay.
And then I say to myself, do I just get up now?
No.
Or do I go back to sleep? I always go back to sleep. I'm getting the best sleep I've ever had in my entire life.
It's awesome.
Which is pretty great. Pretty happy.
That's awesome.
And I think on occasion, because I track my sleep, you know this. Mm-hmm. On occasion, if I have like an unusually really great night of sleep.
You may or may not send me the screenshot.
Yeah, I do.
I just just to brag.
Yeah, just to say, like, look who got 8 hours.
Right.
What's up?
Right.
Still getting up at 2:30
I'll send
a.m.
like a little happy emoji.
Yep,
Maybe
yep.
a little Oprah dancing or something. You know?
You got 8 hours of sleep. You got 8 hours of sleep.
Everyone gets 8 hours.
So at 10:30 the other night, my phone rang, but I didn't hear it ring. Like when it was ringing, I heard it ring when it was on its last ring. Well, that's what woke me up.
Okay. And so just to be clear, you sleep with your phone in your room.
I do.
Okay.
Mistake number 1.
Sure.
Mistake number 2, I rely on my phone to wake me up in the morning.
Right.
Because my phone is connected to my watch.
I was going to say, plus, isn't your watch buzzing
It is.
that point?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so there's
a
a lot going on. I usually don't have the alarm function on. Like my wrist will vibrate when my alarm's going off. So that kind of lessens the opportunity for me to sleep through my alarm when I have 2 things waking me up.
Yep.
And then a dog.
And I think that's a good way to wake up, like that vibration.
Yeah.
It's like an easing.
It's not as aggressive as like a regular alarm clock.
Like from the 80s. Remember how loud those were?
Oh my, I have one.
Or you would have like your clock radio and you would have been like jamming the night before and it was up really, really loud. And then you set it and then for school and then you literally like you're on the ceiling in the morning.
Yeah. And it's an aggressive start to the day.
It is. Even for like a 14-year-old.
Right.
Like, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah. In your Laura Ashley bedroom.
It's wham, but still. It's wham at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's not good.
Yes.
So the other night it was 10:30 and I heard my phone ring, and you know what I've noticed when I say certain words, I do sound Canadian.
Huh.
I say foon.
Oh, that's
right.
Weird. I guess.
I've noticed it every once in a while.
Okay.
But I mean, we could probably explore that.
Do you have a secret life from Canada?
You know what? Don't I wish?
Okay.
Because that's where I would be right
you could
now.
Go.
Yeah,
right.
I would
Although
go.
Borders closed.
Not really allowed to go there. So my phone made noise. I guess it was like my voicemail. Somebody saying, you voicemail or whatever. And it was a telemarketer because the voicemail was just this recording and all it said was press 2. So I guess it was, for whatever, press 1 to opt out, press 2. I think that opting out, that option, that's just letting the person know, yep, there's an actual person connected to that number. There's no opting out.
Correct.
There's nothing.
Right.
So what do? I called the number back.
Of course you did. Right. I'm going to show them.
I'll show you. Right. You're not going to wake me up. I'm going to call you back.
Since I'm up.
And be like crazy lady calling in the middle of the night.
Right.
It went to voicemail.
Of course.
Mailbox was full.
Right.
So
full of other people screaming at them.
Pretty much. Probably. So what does any normal person do? They call at 2:30 in the morning when they're waking up.
Sure.
I'm starting my day. How about you?
They didn't pick up.
They didn't pick up.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So I have periodically called.
You have not.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Have you ever gotten anyone?
No. But here's the thing. I know that they know that it's me because I called this morning and it rang twice and then went to voicemail. So there's a person attached to it. There's somebody hitting decline.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I think I'm just going to wear them down.
Did you figure out where this number was coming from?
No, I should give you the number because you're really good with that researchy kind of stuff.
I want to figure it out. We can do that off air.
Yeah, we can. Does everybody want the number? I don't know. Anybody else want to call?
What if it's like a real person in your life? Well, who cares? They're calling at 10:30 at night.
They're calling me at 10:30 at night. I don't think it is because it's not a name that was in my phone.
True.
And if anybody knows, those who know me,
they're not calling at 10:30.
They're not calling at 10:30. Those who really know me, they're probably not calling at all. They're going to send a text, right? Asking me some weird question or something.
Right.
But I have adjusted to my new schedule. Like I'm in it now.
Yeah.
On the weekends, I'll wake up at 3:30. I'll air quote sleep in a little bit.
A little lion.
Yep.
A lion in the morning. It's not bad.
Just a little snooze.
Yeah.
No alarm goes off. Just kind of laying there thinking about stuff.
Well, you got to get your day going.
I do. Because I've never been one to, I hate sleeping in. And here's why.
It's weird.
Maybe, I don't know who knows this about me. Few people. When I was a little girl in 16 magazine, remember 16 magazine?
Yes.
I read an article and Parker Stevenson was being interviewed.
Okay.
I guess the less famous of the two Hardy Boys.
Sure.
Right? And in his interview, somebody said, do you wake up early or do you sleep in? And he said, I wake up early because I don't like wasting the day. When I read that, my whole life changed.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, wow, he is right.
So funny.
So since then, 86 years later, I'm still getting up early.
So you know who else is like this in my life?
Parker Stevenson?
No, my husband.
Dan Batesy.
Dan Batesy, yeah. He is definitely up and going. He doesn't like to waste the day.
Love it.
When I met
Do you think
him,
he read that same article?
I mean, he could have. He had a sister.
Right.
Maybe it was lying around the house.
Could be.
I'll have to ask when I
Heck
get
of
home.
a magazine.
Sure. I mean, there's so many articles, so much knowledge in there.
I learned a lot.
But yeah, I don't know. I am not like that.
No.
There's nothing I love more than like a lazy morning. Now, of course, I get up earlier than I ever did previously. Like in my youth, I could
Is that you or me?
It's not me.
Okay. Sorry.
It's okay. In my youth, I could sleep till noon easily. I can't do
really?
that now. Yeah.
Whole day's gone.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
All right. Okay.
I don't do that now, but I do like on a Saturday generally to get up, have a cup of coffee, hang out, watch a show, read a book, relax in my PJs before I get going.
And you deserve a lot of credit because you got here at 9:00 this morning.
I did do my errands. Yeah. Well, I knew I was coming to your house, so I didn't want to come in the middle of your night at like 3
I mean, it's
in the afternoon.
it's basically lunchtime.
Sure.
For me when you got here.
Yeah.
So anyway, I have acclimated to my new schedule and I enjoy it.
Yeah.
What I enjoy more, there's things I hate about my job and things that I love. Don't like being yelled at.
Right.
I get a lot of eye rolls and, can't really speak, can't really roll my eyes back.
No.
But like
You're hidden with a mask.
in my head, I do.
Yeah.
I appreciate the fact that my supervisor can make obscure Tyra Banks references. Not only does she make them, but I understand them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a special relationship.
Yeah, it really is. And she just sent me a text and I don't know what it says. She was the person who was just
just texting you. Speaking of the devil. Sam.
It's I'm going to have you read this. It's a text from her mom.
Huh.
I'm not going to read it out loud. There we go. It's pretty funny, though. I'm going to have to get some context. I know. I'm going to have to get some context. So this is the kind of person that I work for.
Oh, my goodness.
You know what I mean? Like, how lucky am I? She sends me funny things. She's lovely. I wasn't sure where I was going. Oh, this is where I was going with this.
Okay.
So I'm going to continue to harass that person until I get them on the phone.
Okay.
And then I kind of want to say to them, like, why would you, despite my schedule, why would you call somebody in the middle at 10:30?
Yeah.
Isn't like 8:00 or 9:00? Isn't it like the cutoff for that kind of thing?
I think there are rules about that.
Right.
So I'm curious who they are, what they're doing.
Same.
Do they live outside the law? Like, I need to know these questions.
Right. No, that makes sense. I mean, as soon as I know, you will know.
Obviously.
And my problem with that is even when I was a kid, if it was a wrong number, if somebody called the wrong number, I would just start talking to them.
You would? Okay.
I mean, obviously I'm chatty. I have a podcast. But yeah, I'd be like, oh no, that's okay. How are you? And I get myself into trouble a lot. You've seen this. Other people have seen this. If I'm at like a store or wherever, I'll ask people, how are you? you've seen this.
you.
They will tell me.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's really difficult to kind of remove myself from that conversation.
Yeah. I never do that.
No, I've stopped asking people how they're doing.
I think that's safe.
It's really the only thing I can do.
You just got to put your head down, get your groceries scanned, and get out of there.
That's it. Or do the like, hey, how are you?
Nope.
Because I did the pointed like, how are you?
Yeah.
As if I actually cared.
Right.
And I guess I did to whatever extent.
But it's so exhausting.
It's a lot. And I'm not going to ask people how they're doing during a pandemic.
And you can just say like, hi, good morning.
Yeah. Well,
that's nice. You know?
I just touched my nose.
Uh-oh.
And I had hand sanitizer here. And now obviously it's...
I don't see it.
Okay.
It's
Damn
right.
it.
We'll just stay far away from each other.
Yeah. I'll try not to
it's okay.
touch anything for the remainder of the day.
Wait till you can wash your hands.
Either one. Just want to be safe. So the other day, Michelle and I, we had to run some errands. Mm-hmm. This is last Saturday. And one of those errands was, and I don't know what I was thinking. I knew it wasn't going to end well, but one of the errands that we had to run was finding a specific color thread for curtains for one of her brother's hotels in Rye or Portsmouth or wherever. And I thought to myself, I like going to Michael's because that's more like crafty.
It is.
I can just like go and like stare at a wall of yarn.
Yeah, but they don't have a lot of thread at Michael's.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
and we learned that pretty quickly.
Not really a sewing store.
No, they had some thread.
But not a good selection.
And it was more of like a needle point, like a cross stitch kind of thread.
Yeah, which is totally different than you get like a spool of thread that you need to do machine work. Right. Or even hand sewing.
Yeah, I
sound so crafty.
You really do. Machine work.
Machine work.
And for everybody who can't see Margo, she was doing these really deliberate hand movements that could have been like a hand sewing.
Sure.
And then the other hand came up and it was...
A little whip stitch.
I don't even know what that means.
Neither do I.
It sounds surgical.
It's not. Right. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Who knows?
I'm not a doctor or a sewer. I just say things.
So we had to, after not being shunned from Michael's, because they're very lovely people.
Yeah, but it's crazy there too.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a lot.
They told us, you're kind of in the wrong store. They didn't recommend going to Joann's.
No one does.
No. But it was really...
my hands are sweaty thinking about your trip to Joann's.
Oh my God.
I'm so stressed for you.
It was horrible.
It's really bad there.
And here's the thing. When there's a lot of like reflection back on my childhood, this episode, which is fine. It's totally fine. So when I was a child, my mom, and maybe I've talked about this before, my mom had really interesting ways of trying to get us to not get into trouble or, if you do this, this is going to happen. Sure. It was very like if-then scenario that she would offer. Mm-hmm. And if we were going to do something stupid, like we would take all the mattresses from all of our beds and put them on the ground. And then we would go to our friend Adrian's apartment, because she lived on the second floor, and we would jump off of her balcony onto all of the mattresses.
Okay.
So, we would do that. So my mom would kind of say, probably not a great idea. Nobody got hurt that I remember.
Sure.
But reflecting back.
Really could have gone sideways.
Could have gone sideways quickly. Real quick.
Yeah.
Because there was really no gauging, like, what happens if I jump out too far?
Right. Or bounce off or...
Because what was underneath the mattresses?
Concrete.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but, glad nothing...
We survived.
I guess. It's probably like, some kind of like head injury in there somewhere.
Who knows?
Who knows? I don't remember.
I feel like we all do if we grew up in the 80s.
Oh, yeah. There was no bicycle helmets.
No.
There was no with the knee pads and the this.
Mm-mm.
And there was lots of like, let's see how many people we can get on a bicycle. Like get on the
Sure.
handlebars, you get on the back. There was always somebody who was like leaning, like they had their hands on the bicycle peddler's
Yes.
shoulders.
Yes.
And they
Like
were balancing on like the
standing on
back
little-
tire.
Yes.
Nuts. So
And everyone was barefoot.
everybody was barefoot.
Which now,
Yeah.
if I think about riding a bike without shoes on,
Even
it would
flip-flops.
stress me out.
And like a really minimal flip flop if shoes were worn at all.
Like a flip flop from like Woolworth.
Yep.
You know,
with like
that
the
you-
really thin
with
band.
like a color.
Yep.
You know, like maybe you had a green pair with like a white on the top and the green.
Sure.
We all had them.
Yeah, all had them.
Yeah. And then you'd be like, no, those are mine. They're green.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you'd wear riding your bicycle.
You'd practically wear them everywhere all summer.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean? But you might have a jelly. You might have a jelly sandal.
I never got into the jellies.
See, jellies were huge for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're the jelly generation, right?
Because I'm like 5 years younger than you.
Yes.
So I'm a little bit younger in
Yeah.
the 80s. So I was like a littler girl in the 80s.
Right.
Jellies were hot.
All different colors.
Yeah.
Were they comfortable?
No.
They seem like your
They
foot
cut
would
your
like
feet up.
sweat.
Oh, they were horrible. And I
Right?
have horrible feet to begin with. Like everything hurts my feet. and I always have, like I get blisters and like, and they cut your feet up and they're sweaty. No,
Right.
they weren't comfortable at all.
They're like a thick plastic.
It's horrible.
They
Like
don't
a
breathe.
weird heel.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they weren't good.
You do get blistery. Your feet get very. Remember the time that you had to buy your emergency shoes?
I know, which turned out to be a really good purchase.
Well,
but
you know.
my feet are kind of a hot mess. So
So my mom, anyway. I told you guys, don't know where the show was going.
right,
My mom would threaten, and sometimes she would have to follow through if we did something really stupid as a form of punishment. Like sometimes we were grounded. Other times it was just, I don't know, you can't watch TV or whatever. But the big punishment was, I'm going to make you go to Fabricland with me.
oh,
That was it. And sometimes it was just, you're going to go to Fabricland. That was next level. Wow. Like, you better watch yourself. You better check yourself because
right,
you're going to wreck yourself.
yes,
And there were several times when I would have to go to Fabricland with my mother.
yeah,
And here's why I hated it. A, because it's a fabric store and there's nothing for a child to do in a fabric store.
right,
And I would think, oh, I'll just escape to the store next door. It was a lighting store.
even worse,
Even worse, because there's that weird hum when you have a lot of lamps.
Yes.
And it was like weird, and it was hot, and it was cold in that store. So Fabricland and any fabric store, that to me, not being a religious person, that to me proves that there is an actual hell. And it's my idea of hell is being locked in a fabric store
makes sense.
and never being allowed to leave.
Yep.
So Michelle and I reluctantly went into the fabric store with her because I figured if I didn't, my only other option was to sit in the parking lot and try and not yell at people who weren't wearing masks.
Yeah,
Right?
That's true. That's not healthy either.
No. So I
yeah.
figured, what's the lesser of two evils?
Yeah, you're gonna go in. I'm
gonna go in.
Be fine.
It'll be fine. I'll help her find the thread.
Everyone thinks it's gonna be fine. That's the problem.
It wasn't
It's
fine.
never fine.
Nope.
They have like one person working in the entire store.
They had a few,
Oh, that's good.
but the problem was whenever we asked for help, which was 3 times total, they would just kind of motion, oh, yeah, it's over there. But there was no real, like, there wasn't an aisle number.
Right.
Or any
Aisle
real.
7.
No, there was like
end
a
cap there.
go
No, yeah. Just
east
go.
or it's that way.
Not, yeah. It's
So
weird.
we went that way.
But you still couldn't find it.
Still couldn't do it. And then we asked a second person, like, this is the actual kind of thread we're looking for. It's over there. Completely different direction. And as all this is going on, I'm realizing nothing has changed in a fabric store since I was a child. It's still, it's the same stuff that's been on display since the 70s.
Right.
And the music that was playing,
Exactly the same.
it's exactly the same. It was Dionne Warwick.
Yeah.
So then I had said to Michelle, because then she had to call her mom
Oh.
And she had thread questions for her mom.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I finally decided the longer we stay in the store, I'm just going to start singing louder and louder. And maybe it would motivate everybody.
To just help you, to
My
just
wife
wrap this
included,
up.
get the hell out of the store.
Right.
It didn't really help.
Okay.
We did get out of there. I mean,
Did you get the thread?
I don't remember.
Okay. Whew. It's like a long journey for no thread.
I think we did. No, I think we did because I almost did a lot of emotional eating and almost bought a big bag of candy corn.
Oh, at the check-in lane.
Which was weird to have candy.
Because everyone's stressed
Yeah.
upon leaving, and so they're just going to grab all that stuff. I mean, well, I'm a sucker for the stuff at the line. So
Yeah, you love an impulse item.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
And I think I'm one of the few people in the world that actually eats candy corn. I love it.
I mean, I love the pumpkins.
Yeah.
I'll eat a candy corn, but they're not my favorite. I'd rather have a pumpkin.
I have an autumn mix in my cabinet. It's got pumpkins.
Yeah, but I don't
It's
like
got
the
candy
chocolate
corn.
ones.
They're not chocolate pumpkins.
No. The candy corn with the chocolate
those,
tops.
Those are in there.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous by that. Nervous isn't the right word. Weirded out.
Yeah. And I think I've maybe picked over the bag a little bit too much to offer you any.
It's okay.
There was a lot of
also
hand traffic
10:30 in the morning
in that bag.
So I probably don't need any mallow cream candy.
Middle of my day. You know what I mean? I'm starting to think about dinner.
Sure.
Let me see. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, yeah. In the spirit of continuing to talk about ice cream trucks.
Yes.
I mean, that's kind of like
Theme.
an evolving theme with Bitter Coffee is ice cream trucks. So last week I wasn't able to find it because are you okay? What just happened?
I was drinking my coffee and it was like rolling down my.
Are you okay? Are you good?
I'm good.
Do you need like a paper towel or a napkin
I
or a
think I
bib
saved
or like
it.
a
Probably all of the above, but
How many of these things can I offer you? All right. So a couple of weeks ago, you and I had talked about the ice cream trucks in my neighborhood.
Yes.
So this is what I wanted to do.
Several.
There are several. Well, there's like the regular one. And I will preface this by saying that I recorded this for no apparent reason.
Right.
I was laying in my backyard. Seriously, just laying in my backyard during the summer and heard the ice cream truck and decided to record it. I have no idea why. So you might hear a little bit of like a breeze in the background, but this is is it Mr. Dingaling?
I think so.
All right. So this is part of the Mr. Dingaling theme song. I'll play a little bit. Let me see. Right?
Yeah, it's like a little entertainer.
It's the entertainer.
Yeah,
right?
I like it.
It's festive. Mm-hmm. But you get an idea.
Yes.
It sounds like
legitimate.
It's whimsical.
Yeah.
Right? So a few weeks later, maybe, 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Okay.
I heard the ice cream truck again, but it didn't sound the same. So I do what any normal person would do.
Grab your phone.
Grab my phone, run to where the sound is, and just start recording. So, and maybe it's me, but I feel like maybe it's not the same ice cream truck.
Okay.
All right. Hang on a second, everybody. Oh, damn it. Now it just won't play. Hang on. Oh my God.
It's okay.
Kill myself.
I'm pretty sure there's a body in that truck. Like that's not good. It's murder. It's a murder truck.
It's scary, right? This is the most terrifying part for me when it just kind of like it just stops. So
it's like a second hand, like
I feel like no, and it was like basically like a van. And
like a hand stenciling on it. Side.
Like, the what are they called? The red, white, and blue ones. What are they called? Rockets?
Rockets.
Something.
Yeah.
Like,
Rocket
there was no screwball. No. On that ice cream van.
No. You're getting maybe like an ice cream sandwich, fudgicle.
Not even a creamsicle.
No.
Nope.
Maybe like an ice pop.
Maybe.
Right.
But it was like the flavor ice that you had as a kid.
Or that you can buy at the dollar store for like the huge amounts of them.
And all they had left was
going to
like
be like ridiculous.
It's like $6.50.
Yes.
And like only the orange ones. Right? No blue, no grape, no cherry. No, none of the better flavors. Now, did you and I have a conversation?
Grape?
You enjoy an orange candy, right?
Yep.
Or is it lemon?
I like lemon. I like orange.
Okay.
I like lime.
So yeah, you and Darek share that affinity for.
But you know what I would never eat? Grape.
Really?
Grape anything.
That's my go-to.
Ugh.
Well, first, like if I had
Don't give me a grape jelly.
Okay.
Ever.
All right. Well, there goes lunch. No.
Oh, and certainly do not mix it with peanut butter.
Really?
Whew. No.
Okay. Wow. Do you want to talk about it a little bit?
I can eat a peanut butter sandwich. Just
about
peanut
it.
butter.
Okay.
Straight peanut butter bread.
Which is weird, but okay.
I can eat a jelly sandwich. I mean, clearly never grape, a raspberry preserve or a strawberry.
Maybe a mixed berry.
I'll have a mixed berry if I'm at a diner, and that's the option.
Okay.
But
just so you know, you guys, she totally rolled her eyes.
I can taste the hint of grape that is in the mixed berry.
So you're tolerant.
I'm tolerant.
Not accepting.
I won't spit it out.
Okay.
But in my home, no grape jelly.
None.
0.
So you can't have peanut butter and jelly
together ever.
Regardless of the kind of jelly that it is?
Correct. I can eat them separately. So I'll have a jelly sandwich or a peanut butter sandwich, but I cannot eat them together.
Really?
Yes.
You've always been like this.
As far as I know.
But like that's a national go-to.
I know.
Okay, here's a question.
But it's good because I can like roll with it. So like if someone's like, oh, let's have peanut butter and jellies, I'm like, I'll just do a peanut butter.
Okay.
So just leave the jellies off mine.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, okay.
So it's not like I'm not going to go on hunger strike or anything.
Right.
You know, I'll eat.
What do you put on your hot dogs?
Ketchup.
Okay, good. Good.
Yeah, and sometimes a relish.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
But not mustard.
No. I come from a place of no when it comes to mustard.
Really?
Yep. And I have people that think that it's weird that I put ketchup on my hot dogs.
Yeah, no, I like ketchup on my hot dogs. I like mustard in other scenarios. Hot pretzel. I'll dip it in some mustard.
Yeah. I'm more of a cheese gal.
I like a
hot cheese.
I like a grainy. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm never going to turn down a hot cheese. I mean, give me like a fake cheese in a cup, and I'm going to eat it.
Absolutely.
But I like a grainy mustard. You know, I like a Dijon.
Okay.
You know,
sure.
Like a fancy mustard. over like a yellow mustard.
Because that's not really mustard, right?
I don't really know what it is.
Yeah, it's like a yellow spice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not a huge mustard fan.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Why are we talking about condiments?
I think it was because I was afraid that you were going to say that you never put ketchup on your hot dogs.
Oh, okay.
Because you don't eat peanut butter and jelly.
No.
Okay.
I know it sounds un-American, but
no, I mean, you know, you do you.
Yeah.
You know, it's I never knew that about you.
Oh, yeah.
It's fine.
I wonder if it's because my mom didn't grow up in this country. Well, I mean, she came here when she was 6, but a lot of the food stuff that I grew up with was still very like what they had in Scotland.
Oh, okay. So you're like at lunch as a kid, you know, like bust out a haggis.
Well, not quite.
Okay.
But like I may have like an open-faced grilled, so not even grilled, but broiled cheese sandwich. It's called a bubbly cheese.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, everything Scottish just sounds so much more festive.
Yeah.
Than here.
A bubbly cheese is amazing. So you take 2 pieces of bread, you get some good sharp cheddar cheese.
Okay.
You lay it on there and you put it under your broiler, and it bubbles up and it's amazing.
Is there like a base?
Nope.
Okay. Because with grilled cheese, it's like there's 8 layers of butter.
You don't need a butter.
And
you don't need anything.
Okay.
So it's just enough fat and whatnot from the cheese.
And it's an open face sandwich.
Open face. So you don't close it. You eat 2 open face pieces of bread.
You never put them together?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
We also eat beans on toast.
That I love.
Yeah.
That I do like. I like that a lot. Would you bring that to school? It's like a snack? Probably not, because where do you
You gotta heat it up.
Yeah. That's a problem.
I don't like a cold baked bean.
No, I don't think anybody does.
Yeah.
I realized the other day that, and it's only taken me 7 months to realize this, there are no more salad bars. Salad bars went out the window during a pandemic.
Yeah. Will we ever get them back? I'm worried.
Here's the thing. I don't think, and I don't want to sound too negative, I don't think this pandemic's going anywhere.
I know.
For like a long time.
I know.
So I think after the pandemic is over, it will be several months before salad bars come back.
Yeah.
If ever.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Well, they kind of are a crazy health risk anyway. Like now that we've sort of stopped and thought about it.
Right.
I mean, a yummy one, but.
Yeah. Like a sneeze guard. Is it really guarding anything?
No.
The fact that it's called a sneeze guard.
It's so sketchy.
And
the people that shouldn't be are like putting their head up underneath it and like leaning in across the thing.
Yep.
And it's dirty. And
they're reaching for the cheese.
Yeah.
Using like the lettuce tongy things.
Right.
Yeah.
There's E. coli and all sorts of things.
And even and I'm just thinking about this now, hence the look of horror on my face, the hand traffic on those tongs. Like I never thought about it before.
I feel like we're going to rethink everything in the world.
Yeah. I think we already are.
I do miss I do miss a salad bar.
And when I say salad, I mean sure. There's some tomatoes in there, but it's basically it was like a vehicle for me to have like basically bread and cheese.
Sure.
You know, a crouton.
Yep.
Cheese cube. Maybe a couple tomatoes.
Like a cured meat.
Yep. Maybe like a
ham cube.
A
bacon.
A bako. Remember bacon bits are called bakos? It's like
there's nothing real in them.
They weren't even able to call it bacon.
I think they're actually vegan. I don't think they're real.
So it's basically like vitamins, right? If they're vegan. I
think you should just eat.
I did that as a kid. This is what I would do as a kid. I would pour some, because we had them in the house.
Of course.
I would pour them on my hand and then like lick my hand.
Sure. Yeah. Bacos. Those are great.
Yeah. Do they still have them?
Sure. I'm sure someplace.
Oh, man. Maybe I'll get some of those.
Yeah.
It's the little things that you look forward to during a pandemic.
I love that. And then I also like...
They're probably good for my heart, too.
I like when they have a pasta salad or some other stuff. Like I want a little scoop of that on the side.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like load it up.
Yeah. Like it's a heavy salad, but not a lot of lettuce in there. No. And then you get to the checkout and it's like, that'll be $13. You're like, that's money and time well spent.
Well, I was going to say, I am somewhat thoughtful. So at the building we used to both work in, and there was a salad bar down there.
Oh, right.
And that was a weighing situation. But like at some restaurants, you just get to go. It doesn't matter how heavy your plate is.
Doesn't matter.
And you just load it up.
Yep.
Maybe some ambrosia, like maybe a little sweet.
Sure, yeah, like a little titch of something, little splash of sugar, little something, right?
Is that ever wrong?
Maybe a Jell-O.
I love Jell-O so much.
Do you really?
I really do. I never make it, but I love it.
I have like 6 boxes in my cabinet. It's one of the only things that I know how to make.
Okay. I in Maine, our grocery store, well, it was Hannaford. But
thank you for not putting the S on the end.
Oh yeah, no. So they used to sell bags of Jell-O cubes.
What?
Like in the section of the refrigerated section, like kind of by the cheese. So I would buy them all the time when the girls were little, because it was awesome to give them like 3 cubes of Jell-O for like, here's your dessert.
Yeah.
And it was like,
and it's in a cube form.
I realize it wasn't super healthy, but it's way better than a lot of things.
Like Bacos.
Sure.
Right?
But they don't have them anymore.
No.
I kind of have like been searching. Every time I go into Hannaford, I just do a little peruse just to see if they've got the little bags of Jell-O, and they don't.
Those days are probably over.
It's sad.
Cubed Jell-O kind of freaks me out.
No, I love it.
No, it freaks me out in a good way. Yeah. Like they're evenly spaced and like they're sliced.
And Knox block.
It's right.
Yeah. My mommy Ann used to make Knox blocks all the time.
Because it's Knox. Isn't it like cow bone marrow?
Yeah. It's
whatever. It's
horrible.
fine.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, but you know what?
Jell-O.
The end result? Jell-O cubes.
Amazing.
Right? Who does
on one of those places, like, did you ever go to like Ponderosa?
You're goddamn right I did.
So that's like a whole salad bar restaurant. I mean, it's like your food all comes on a tray. You go up there.
And it's sizzling.
Oh, it's amazing.
Right?
And at the end, the parfait of the Knox blocks with the little like hard whipped cream.
Right.
Because it's been sitting since like 3 weeks.
Yeah, it has a little bit of like a little bit of a sound to it.
Yeah, it's a little
like a creme brulee. Yep.
Yeah, but it's
you get
not
get that little crack, right?
I don't think they were going for that.
I remember Ponderosa, like everything. You were always warned that everything was hot.
Yes.
Careful, that plate's sizzling.
Yes.
Why? You know what I mean? It's weird. Like they'd bring like a huge plate of dinner rolls.
Yes.
So you'd house a bunch of those and be like, oh, careful, that plate's really hot.
Everything was hot.
Everything was like sizzling when he was walking by.
I think you went up with your tray and like got stuff.
I always remember them like kind of, maybe I'm thinking of a different restaurant.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking of Bennigan's. You remember Bennigan's?
Could be, yeah.
And everything was like on this enormous tray. You knew that you were getting close when they'd bring out like that weird like stand to put the tray on. You're like, oh man, we're getting closer.
4 people who are like coming to serve your table.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's an enormous tray.
Yes. And they like carry it up. Like,
yeah.
I don't know how they do that.
It's
I
like
could never be a weight
plates on
person. Yeah.
But you knew the weight was going to be short when that tray came out.
Yeah.
And it was like 4 metal legs, and then all that was holding it from smashing
straps
on the ground, it was like 2 little straps.
Yeah.
And somehow they made it work.
Would your mom be like, okay, all right, guys, like, let's clean up now. Like, because you were like coloring or like doing something else. And like you put everything away, getting prepared.
Getting prepped.
Yeah.
That's when the napkin went on the lap if it wasn't already there.
Sure.
Like we're getting ready.
Yeah. Like has everyone got the wiggles out? Are we done? Let's go. We're going to eat.
Do you need a refill on whatever you're drinking?
Right.
Now's the time because they're going to come by any minute.
Right.
And because once you started eating, they left you alone. Now I feel, back in the day when we can go to restaurants, there's a lot of check-ins.
There is.
You know, like, hey, how's everything going?
Is it good? How's your first bite?
Oh.
Well, you know what? Haven't had one yet.
Right, because you were just, wait a minute.
Here.
Didn't they say that at Waterworks?
Could be.
We were out to dinner somewhere, and the person said that. How are the first bites? And I was like, it's a weird way to say, like.
The last time we were out to dinner.
I think it was humid outside. Morgan Wagner was with us. I think it might have been Waterworks. It might have been.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Like last fall?
Maybe last summer. I don't know.
Holy cow.
I don't know. You know what?
A long time ago.
Since this whole thing started, it just feels like
goes fast and slow at the same time.
Yeah. It feels like this is like I don't know.
I know.
See, this is. You hear my physical exhaustion when I try and think about.
I think we all share that.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And it comes in waves. I feel like there are days I'm good. There's days I'm just doing my things.
Yeah.
And other days where I'm like way overloaded by it all.
Kind of good time for a reset.
Always good time for a reset for me. But yes.
I'm a fan of the reset.
For the average person.
Yep.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need to shut the phone off.
Yeah.
Or you need to just like, nope.
Just pull Margo, shut it down.
Yep. Just not today.
Yep.
Just got to shut it down. Here we are. We are 17 days from the election.
Breathing deeply.
I know. I feel like, do we have one more show in us before the election? We do, right?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. I'm trying not to talk about politics, but it's getting really difficult.
I mean, did
the room just get a little bit dark for you for like half a second?
It did.
Okay. I thought I was hopeful I wasn't having a stroke.
I think this is what I want to say about the election. Vote. Everyone needs to vote.
Yeah.
Voting is really important.
Did you vote yet?
I haven't, but I have my ballot at
Okay.
home, and I'm gonna. My daughter, who is in Colorado, I have her ballot
Perfect.
is back and signed and all ready to go. So I'm gonna fill mine out and get it in this week.
Dan Batesy, did he vote?
So
he probably voted like 2 months ago.
He has his ballot, but he was saying he thinks he wants to go day of.
Oh, okay.
In our small town, probably a safe option.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
He's working from home these days, so he can definitely scoot over there.
Okay.
He's making a plan. That's the other thing I've been learning is at this point in the process, we just need to make our plan to vote. So what's your plan? When are you going to do it?
Right.
Is there anything standing in your way to complete that task? Mm-hmm. So
I voted last week.
I know. It's
I
exciting.
dropped off my ballot. And I live in Winooski, tiny little town. And the people that work in City Hall, like when they see
coming.
Yeah, when they see me and Polarity rolling up, they're like, "Oh God," because it's rarely good when we're like, you know what, I'm just gonna come down there,
Right.
But this is why the dogs don't have licenses, or this problem's going on,
Right.
Or I called twice and didn't get a response, so I just figured I would just pop in.
Sure.
So there was a bit of like the hesitant wave and the
But did you just like hold your ballot up and like, we're just voting?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
And they were all like, yeah.
Yeah, like they knew. We were like, no, we're good.
Yeah.
And then we held up our ballots.
Good,
and then
good,
we got a
good.
sticker.
Oh, good.
Who doesn't like a sticker? So got that out of the way. And I think you're able to track your ballot.
I heard you are.
Okay.
I heard you are.
I haven't really looked into that.
Because it's really a secure way. And in many of our states, Vermont included, we've had a long history of very successful, pre-voting day. I don't want to say mail-in because we're sort of all turning them in at the place, but early
Absentee
voting.
ballot.
Absentee ballot,
Yeah.
early voting.
Yep. Whatever you want to call it.
So
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
We got to get out there and vote, though.
So let's do this. Let's plan on maybe doing a show a couple of days before the election. I would say let's do like an election night show, but
We're not going to know anything.
Asleep, stressed out, and I think
we're just not going to know anything.
I can't.
Yeah.
So thank you for doing this on a Saturday, Margo.
Oh my goodness! Yes,
It's great.
it's really good.
It's easier than doing this at the end of a day.
I like our energy. I don't know.
It's good.
Our listeners should tell us what they think.
Yeah.
But I feel good.
I feel great, and I have the rest of the day.
I know.
I'm going to finish watching My Octopus Teacher. I was halfway through it and in tears.
I haven't even heard of this.
Okay.
I don't even know of what you speak.
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
And it's a show. Jesus Christ. It is a documentary.
Okay.
Or as some people say, documentary.
Huh.
Stupid.
The doc.
Yeah, it's a doc about a man who befriends an octopus. And I had it on my list, and then I heard people starting to talk about it just randomly.
Little buzz.
There's definitely a buzz about it. And 5 minutes in, I was hooked.
Really?
Yeah, there's no turning around. But you were coming over, and I was like, I should, maybe bathe, and like get my act together, or else I would probably
Just
still be on the couch, like watching it again a second time. It's amazing. I have a feeling it's not going to end well.
Well,
Given the fact that an octopus only lives for a year. And I don't know. I don't want to give anything away, even though I'm only halfway through it. But
sure. You're just getting a feeling.
I have a feeling
foreshadowing going on.
Well, there's a couple incidents that the octopus goes through. She doesn't have a name, which I think is really interesting. And it's a she.
Huh.
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Is she gonna have babies?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
I've got about 30 minutes left.
Okay.
So, I mean, so
You can let us know.
my recommendation is watch it, because I'm finding that there are lessons in this documentary that we can all kind of walk away maybe being a better person.
Nice.
So, but I want to thank our sponsors.
Okay.
I want to thank Polarity Painting.
Always.
I want to thank the Polarity Foundation. without whose help this podcast would not be possible. And do you have the address for the other place that I always constantly forget?
No.
I want to thank Joanne and Casey and Emma, and I don't know the other staff members' names. I should probably learn their names, but those are the folks that I deal with.
I do have it now.
Okay.
It's Doggy Styles Pet Grooming at 925 Roosevelt Highway in Colchester, Vermont. And they're open Monday through Saturday, 8 to 5.
What's their phone number?
You can reach them at 802-654-7387.
That sounded rehearsed, but I promise it wasn't.
It wasn't. But give those get those fine ladies a call and tell them, you heard about them on the pod.
Yep.
That'd be great.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Please do me this favor, and please do Margo this favor. I don't want to speak for you, but I think it's probably a safe assumption.
Sure.
Wear a mask.
Always.
Vote.
Yes.
And wear a mask while you're voting.
Yeah.
And we will see you guys in 2 weeks. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.